Welcome to Scotch Sunday, and today we have another Glenmorangie. I've reviewed several Glenmorangies in the past, and this time we're going to do another one of their private editions. This is one that is still out there, but it's a little different in that Glenmorangie traditionally ages even, their Lasanta, their Quinta Rubin, several of their private editions. They age them 10 years in bourbon casks. Well, this one, the Spios, is aged exclusively in rye casks, in American rye casks. So that's different from Glenmorangie in that normally, like I said, they 10 years in a bourbon cask. So, okay, so this is one I've had before, and I've had it before, and so I'm a little familiar with it. I like it. I like rye more than I like bourbon. So to me, it's a little bit better than the 10. Glenmorangie is the most popular single malt in Scotland. They have the tallest stills. They're like 18 feet tall, and they're not really sure what Glenmorangie means. It either means the Vale of Big Meadows or the Vale of Tranquility. It's a Highland single malt. It was founded in 1843 by the brothers William and John Matterson. Production began in 1849, and they were mothballed during Prohibition from 1931 to 1936, and then again during World War II from 1941 to 1944. The site was where they are located is originally a farm distillery under the name Morangie. But there's evidence that distilling took place way back as far as the 18th century. They have 12 stills, 6 wash and 6 spirit, and Glenmorangie or several different distilleries claim to be those who first did cask finishes, but there's certainly one that may have been one of the first. They produce about 10 million bottles of Scotch per year, but most of their Scotch is in the UK. About 6 to 6.5 million of that 10 goes to the UK. Spios in Gaelic means spice. This is fully matured in Kentucky Ex-Rye casks. It's 46% ABV, but there's no age statement. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and pour this. Definitely different. Okay, so all right, let me roll that. Ooh, can't roll that. Too much. I poured a big pour there. Okay, so let's just kind of do that with this way. Okay. All right. Give you the color there. In the glass. Okay, so all right, let's see what it says here. Okay, so fully matured in American Ex-Rye casks. Glenmorangie Spirit. Oh, there's no way. I can't read that. All right, Glenmorangie Spios, Scots Gaelic for spice and pronounced Spios, is a uniquely full-bodied and distinctively savory single malt whiskey, entirely matured in casks which were once contained in American rye whiskey. This innovative creation rekindles the bygone elegance of the golden whiskey era with its sophistication and subtle spice. All right, so we'll go with this. And deep in the Highlands, Glenmorangie's whiskey creators have summoned all their mastery and vision to craft ever more wondrous whiskeys since 1843. Their tireless quest for innovation is honored year after year in the distillery's pioneering private edition. And as it celebrates the collection's 9th release, Glenmorangie brings the world its first single malt fully matured in American Ex-Rye casks. So yeah, this is first one that's ever done in exclusively rye cask. I think there's been a blend. Chevis has done one since, but this was the first one. This uniquely savory and spicy single malt takes its inspiration from America's golden whiskey era. In those bygone days, rye's distinctive herbal character was feted in the most prestigious saloons, giving rise to classic serves such as the Old Fashioned. But over time, the spirit fell from favor and slipped into obscurity. As he traveled to the U.S. years ago, Glenmorangie's director of distilling and whiskey creation, Dr. Bill Lumsden, became intrigued by the whiskey's scarcity and relishing in the rare notes of cinnamon and clove, he vowed to bring a hint of rye, spice, and glittering past to Glenmorangie's private edition. As Dr. Bill conceived his creation, he foresaw that the success would depend entirely on the unique smoothness for which Glenmorangie's spirit is renowned. Only the distillery's delicate floral style would invite the whiskey's nuances to shine through in this unprecedented malt. And so, long before others recalled the virtues of American rye whiskey, Dr. Bill set about sourcing the very best first fill oak casks from the spirit's heartland of Kentucky. Then Glenmorangie's Highland distillery, these hand-selected casks began to impart their intriguing flavors to Glenmorangie's spirit, which emerges pure and smooth from Scotland's tallest stills. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else here. No. All right, so that's Spiros. Again, rye casks. The whiskey industry, there's kind of been a resurgence of rye, so it's kind of like, the popularity has begun to increase because rye is more popular. Personally, I like rye better than bourbon, so rye is, my understanding is they couldn't grow barley when they came, the first settlers in the U.S., so rye and corn is what they could grow, so that is why you didn't see so much barley. Okay, so let's give it a nose and a taste. All right, let's see here. I'm kind of surprised. I thought there would be more spiciness, but it's more caramel and cherry. There's some vanilla in there. Dark fruit like plums. But yeah, really caramel and cherries, which is kind of surprising because I think of cherries as being sweet, and I don't think of rye as being sweet. I think of being spicy. All right, let's give it a taste. The spice, very spicy. Peppery, spicy, cinnamon. There's very much a malty flavor to it, so I like that because I like the malt forward, or the grain forward as opposed to the fruit forward. Very malty, very good. I really like this. This is really, really good. Yeah. Finish is medium. Not sweet. It's kind of balanced. It's kind of got that malt and spice in the finish. Let's see what else we got on the second nosing. More vanilla and caramel. Yeah, the cherries and the plums are kind of like less than they were. I can smell the pepper now. Still, there's some sweetness in there. Oh yeah, it's very good. You know what? This is really good. You know, it's definitely spicy, which you would expect for something that had influence from rye. But in the malt, there's really a lot of malty flavor to this. And it's kind of like got that sweet and spicy balance. A little more spicy than sweet, but yeah, the malt comes through. Spicy, malty, sweet, pretty good balance. But it finishes quick. So, all right, we're going to do this, and we're going to give this an 8. Again, if you can find this, find it now, because it's probably going to be gone, because I think the Alta has already replaced it. And soon there will probably, we're about that time when Glenmorangie releases a new one. So, all right, we'll see you next time.